Claude can now build an iPhone app, open it on a simulated iPhone, tap every button, find its own mistakes, and fix them. But here's the question that matters. Does this mean that someone with no coding experience can finally build a real mobile app? Because I've been vibe coding apps for almost a year now, but these are web apps that I then saved to my iPhone's home screen, not native iOS apps that I could sell in Apple's App Store. For that, you still needed significant know-how and technical skill. Until now, AI app builders had one major weakness. They could write code, but they couldn't always see what that code actually did. But as of today, if you're on Anthropic's Pro, Max, or Team plan, you can now run Apple's iOS simulator in a panel next to your chat, which means Claude can actually see your app while you're building it. Claude captures screenshots and recordings of the simulated device in real time. And here's where this gets wild. Claude doesn't just watch, it controls the simulator natively. It taps buttons, swipes through flows, and drives the app like a real user would. You just tell the AI what features to build or change. Here's everything you need to know about Claude's new iOS simulator. I'll show you how to set it up, what you can build with it, and the important limitations that you should know about before trusting Claude with your next $1 million app idea. Oh, and if we haven't met yet, I'm Tan. I run Vector Path AI, a business-to-business AI consulting and integrations firm in Miami. So AI is all I do all day long. To get started, you'll need the Claude desktop app. The link to download it is in the description. If you have never heard of an iOS simulator, imagine a fake iPhone living inside your computer. It looks and behaves like an actual iPhone, but it's completely virtual. Developers use these simulators to test apps without constantly sending every new version to a physical phone. The new Claude Code integration places that virtual iPhone directly beside your conversations with Claude. On one side, you talk to Claude. On the other side, you watch your app running on an iPhone. It looks so cool, right? You can ask Claude to add a button, change a screen, fix a bug, or test an entire sign-up process. Claude can then update the code, build the app, launch it, and interact with the screen. It takes screenshots and visually inspects what happened. Then it can compare the result with what you originally requested. And that final part is a big deal. Writing code is no longer the hardest part of app building. The harder part is knowing whether the code actually works. Let's say you tell an AI, add a blue checkout button at the bottom of this screen. The AI may write code that looks correct. The project may even build successfully. But when you open the app, the button might be hidden behind another object. The text might be too small. The button might lead to the wrong page, or it might look perfect on a large iPhone, but break on a smaller screen. The code passed the test, but the experience failed. This is the difference between technical testing and visual testing. Technical testing asks, does the code run? Visual testing asks, does the app actually look and behave the way that a user expects? And Claude can now help with both of these things. It can run the app, look at the screen, and interact with what it built. Okay, there are 4 things you need in order to use this feature. First, you need a Mac computer. This integration uses Apple's own simulator technology, which only runs on Mac OS. Second, you need Xcode installed with the iOS platform. Xcode is Apple's free app development software. You can download it from the Mac App Store. Be warned though, Xcode is a large download. This is not a cute little browser extension. It definitely takes up a lot of memory. Third, you need the latest version of the Claude desktop app. I had to open Claude, check for updates, and restart the app before the simulator option appeared. And finally, you currently need a paid Claude account. Once everything is installed, open the Claude desktop app, go to the Code tab, and begin a local session. If you already have an app that you're working on, you can open that project. If you're starting from nothing, you can ask Claude to create a simple Swift UI app first. Swift UI is Apple's system for creating app screens and interactions. Then give Claude a clear request that includes the words run, test, or verify. For example, build this app and run it in the iOS simulator. Test the complete onboarding process and fix any problems that you find. I built a web app for my mom for when she babysits my kids when I travel for work. So I'll test whether Claude can turn this into a native iOS app. But you could build any app you want. The best apps always solve a clear problem. So start with a problem in your life or at work. Maybe the problem is keeping track of daily chores, allowances, and shared family schedules. For this, you can build a clean shared dashboard where family members can check off daily or weekly tasks, log completed chores or allowance points, and view a visual family calendar. Or maybe you want to create an app that you can sell. You could build a curated directory app for a specific hobby or niche. For example, the best dog-friendly vegan cafes in your area. Niche audiences will gladly pay a $2 monthly fee for verified high-quality local recommendation, especially if those recommendations are in a clean mobile interface. The point is, we are only limited by our imagination now. Claude will build the app and launch it on a simulated device. When that happens, the simulator pane opens beside your conversation. The first time Claude tries to control a simulated device, it'll ask for your permission. Once you approve it, Claude can install the app, launch it, tap through the screens, enter information, and take screenshots. You watch the entire process as it happens, but you can also take control yourself. You can tap, swipe, rotate the phone, press the home button, and switch between different simulated environments. This is a shared workspace. So you could manually navigate to a broken screen and say, look at the screen I just opened. The text is being cut off. Fix it, then relaunch the app and confirm the complete text is visible. Claude can look at the screen, update the code, and test the new version. One quick warning, if the screen says Claude is currently using the device, wait before tapping anything. Otherwise, you and Claude end up fighting over the same virtual iPhone. For me, the first thing I need to do is install Xcode. First thing we'll do inside the Claude desktop app is switch to code. And then I found the app that I built as a web app for my mom for when I travel. So I can click these 3 dots in the top right corner and select iOS simulator. This is the simulator. You can see Xcode was installed. It's installed, but your Mac's command line tools don't point at it. So paste this in terminal. It will ask for your Mac password. Okay, so I had to install Xcode. Instead of me manually doing that and logging into the terminal, I just told Claude Code to figure that out for me. I went to the App Store, downloaded it, and then said, just set this all up and make sure it's installed. It did get stuck right here. And I just want to show you guys this so that you understand that it isn't always immediate. It is easy, but you just have to be persistent. So it actually stalled here and it said, just hang tight if you want to watch the progress, telling me that it was doing it, but then nothing was happening. So when that happens, you can just say continue. I said continue, and then it went through a few more steps, and now we are up and running. You can see the simulator on the right side of the screen. Now I'm going to say I have an existing web app that I want to convert into an iOS native app. Build this as a native iOS app using Swift UI, run it in the iOS simulator. Look at this. This shows my most recent trip, and I can click into the bottom, feed me. These are the instructions that were left for my mom because she hates having to feed the kids. She never knows where anything is. So it has screenshots and where in the fridge these things are located. This is where she can check things off, like what she has to do, what we're doing, trip info, the different camps that my kids were doing. She can actually click in here and it will open the map and show her how to get to the camp. How cool is this? You can literally use maps and see it simulated on the actual phone. I think this is so neat. You can also rotate the phone. So if the app you were building were like motion sensitive or a race car game where you have to tip things, you can test it. You see how it will rotate it to fit properly. You want to make sure that that works. And this shuts down the simulator. This takes a screenshot, a recording, and this goes home. So now to the home, you can see there's the picture of my mom, and that's the actual icon and what it looks like. So cool. It literally did this in minutes. I'm really excited about this feature, and I can't wait to keep testing it even more by building more of these apps. Static business proposals are dead. Today, the businesses making the strongest first impression aren't emailing another PDF or bulky PowerPoint deck. They're sending beautiful, fluid web pages and interactive presentations that you can open online. That's exactly why I've been experimenting with Gamma. Everyone thinks Gamma just makes AI presentations, but watch what happens when you stop using it like PowerPoint. I challenged Gamma to make something that looks like I paid a design agency thousands of dollars. Instead of starting with one of Gamma's new templates, I handed the entire task to Gamma's agent. I uploaded the PDF that we typically email to potential clients, outlining my company's AI opportunity mapping service, along with a simple prompt. 2 minutes later, I had this. Just look at the side-by-side comparisons. On the left, my old static PDF, walls of text that live and die inside an email inbox. On the right, a dynamic web page that a client can actually scroll through, explore, and come back to. Same content, completely different first impression. Which one would you rather receive? Be honest. Okay, this means you never start from a blank page again. Gamma's agent read my document, understood what my business actually does, and handed me an interactive web page. From there, I can go in and personalize it, but 90% of the work is done for me. That's the shift. Static PDFs are over. Interactive, scrollable pages are how businesses win first impressions today. If your proposals are landing as attachments that nobody opens, it's time to upgrade the format. Try Gamma for free using the link in the description. And big thank you to Gamma for supporting my channel. Now that we've stress tested this together, I see 3 valuable ways that you can use this. The first is building prototypes. If you have an app idea, you can create a working version before spending tens of thousands of dollars on professional developers. The second is creating internal business tools. This is something that we do every day for our clients. And I know a lot of people have already been vibe coding internal tools like this. But now we can rebuild these apps to use native iOS APIs. If that sounds scary, don't worry. It just means these apps can now operate offline using local database storage for when you don't have cell service. They can run background tasks and send push notifications or alerts to team members directly on their lock screen. They can have seamless camera access for document scanning, location services, or Bluetooth connectivity, and so much more. So you could build an app for employees to complete inspection, track inventory, review checklists, or record information when they're not in the office or when they're in the field on site somewhere. These tools don't need millions of users or a beautiful app store launch. They just need to solve one expensive problem really well. The third use is improving existing apps. If you already have an iOS project, Claude can help add new features, investigate bugs, and test important workflows. Ask Claude to check the login process, verify a new payment screen, or test how a new layout appears across different device sizes. Okay, now let's talk safety. This is something a lot of creators leave out. There's one privacy issue that you should understand. When Claude takes screenshots of a simulated device, Anthropic receives and stores those screenshots. Anthropic specifically warns users not to sign in to real accounts on the simulator. So don't test your app using a real customer account. Don't enter real passwords or any other sensitive data. Instead, create fake test accounts and fake test data. It's literally as easy as going to Claude in the browser and just asking it to create dummy data. Now, I know you're not this boring, but I had a client the other day tell AI, build me a productivity app. Don't do that. That leaves way too many decisions unanswered. Instead, I created a starter prompt for you. So pause the video or take a screenshot so you have it saved for later. That prompt gives Claude a role, a process, a testing requirement, and clear safety rules. And most importantly, it tells Claude not to stop after writing the code. The headline is that Claude can now control an iPhone simulator, but the real story is much bigger. AI is beginning to inspect its own work inside the same environment where a person will eventually use it. That closes one of the largest gaps in AI-assisted software development. But I disagree with everyone saying that software developers are dead. If anything, I think this increases the need for skilled developers. I actually keep trying to talk my cousin, Justin, into starting a YouTube channel because he's an extremely talented UX designer. I think as more and more non-technical people like myself start building apps, we're going to need to learn from people that actually knew how to do this before AI. But it is making app prototyping far more accessible to founders, creators, and small businesses that have valuable ideas, but that don't have an engineering team waiting in the next room. If this was helpful, hit the thumbs up. It's free, and it motivates me to keep making content like this for you.